If you want to understand how a single fictional story commands global internet traffic, you have to look at where it started, in stacks of printed weekly magazines. Today, its digital footprint is massive. When major plot drops happen, they routinely flood trending topics, dominate group chats, and literally crash streaming servers under the weight of millions of simultaneous viewers. The cultural footprint has even breached the physical world. Walk through Kumamoto, Japan, and you will find bronze monuments dedicated to these characters, figures recognizable even to people who have never read a single chapter. This level of dominance isn't accidental. Over 25 years, creator Eiichiro Oda has refined 3 specific narrative patterns that repeatedly trigger these massive online reactions. Trending is a byproduct of popularity. Holding the internet hostage requires psychological mastery of an audience's emotional extremes. The first pillar is cathartic hype. The story deliberately builds unbearable, agonizing tension over long stretches of time before finally opening the release valve. You feel this visceral payoff when an untouchable, infuriating villain finally takes a punch to the face, or when a swordsman literally runs up a massive mountain-sized enemy and slices through geography like warm butter. The height of this release arrived when the series flipped the script on the ultimate power-up trope. Instead of a brooding, dark transformation, the protagonist became a laughing, bouncing cartoon figure who treats a life-or-death battle like a Looney Tunes sketch. Fans mobilized globally in real life to celebrate these exact narrative peaks, congregating around the sheer absurdity of the moment. True hype comes from the euphoric release of long-held frustration, rather than relying on higher animation frame rates alone. The second pillar operates on the exact opposite spectrum: emotional terrorism. It weaponizes collective grief. The narrative executes precise rug pulls. It builds false hope across dozens of episodes, tricking the audience into believing a rescue mission is successful, only to put a fist through the captive brother's chest the second he tastes freedom. The story escalates this despair by stripping away plot armor entirely. We watch an invulnerable crew get systematically erased from existence one by one, leaving the protagonist screaming helplessly into empty air. The ultimate proof of this emotional manipulation is forcing millions of people globally to genuinely weep over the sinking of a wooden ship. This shared devastation forges a trauma bond within the community. Fans stay deeply invested in the stakes out of sheer survival instinct. The final trigger relies on what the audience doesn't see: the power of unexplained lore and cosmic dread. While some characters explode with power, others exhibit calm authority. A pirate captain walks into the middle of a massive war, with no screaming, no fighting, and halts the entire conflict with his mere presence. Then the story introduces pure cosmic dread. Entire island kingdoms are casually deleted off the map in total silence, with absolutely zero explanation provided to the characters or the audience. When a goofy elder in a suit suddenly transforms into a Lovecraftian nightmare ripped from a horror manga, the fandom is forced into a frenzy of week-long theory crafting. Leaving strategic, terrifying gaps in the lore guarantees the internet will constantly work to fill them. These scenes outlive the episodes they air in. They mutate from narrative plot points into permanent internet vocabulary. A scene where a swordsman stands silently in his own blood becomes the starting point for thousands of deep-dive discussions on the nature of loyalty and personal sacrifice. This map visualizes how a single line operates online. A dying captain yelling his treasure is real mutates into an inescapable global rallying cry. Through sheer cultural osmosis, this noise reaches people who dropped the series years ago, pulling them right back in. One Piece manages to command this much of the internet because it navigates these extremes: absolute triumph, crushing loss, and the fear of the unknown, until a fictional pirate crew's journey starts to feel like a shared history for its audience.